Late June 2022, we spontaneously decided to go camping in conjunction with our area ham radio club field day, and I had no intention of making a YouTube video about this trip. It's more relaxing for me if I'm not trying to record the trip, and I was focusing on learning about potential radio options for my trailer in the future. However, I decided to make this quick video to share briefly how the trailer worked out for us. This beautiful location is just north of Strawberry Reservoir in Utah and is open BLM boondocking land. I imagine the event organizers chose this location thinking of it from a radio perspective with wide open spaces and no trees, but it also worked great for solar exposure. Sun is just setting. Their battery is at 90% full. It was 100% when we got here. Up to this point in our RV trips, we haven't camped with others, so on this trip, once we got set up and I started talking to my neighbors, I realized this was a great opportunity to experiment with powering additional RVs, since during the summer our solar produces more than our trailer can possibly use itself. Once we have our Cybertruck, I will be able to send excess electricity to it, but for now, when we go camping, the batteries just fill up and the potential solar energy is lost. It felt kind of odd offering to my neighbors to plug into my trailer, as it's not a normal thing to do, but most of my immediate neighbors were willing to give it a try. It was certainly nice for me to reduce the noise from neighboring generators. Here's the extension cord to one of my neighbors, which is actually not that generator, but it's going all the way over to that rig right there. It has all the antennas right here. That guy didn't need power. This guy hasn't needed power yet. Then here I have another neighbor plugged in, and that is going to this tent on the other side of that vehicle where they have a bunch of laptops and radios running. I need to recruit that neighbor still. Obviously, we're camped closer to each other than we would be in normal camping situations if you're dispersed camping, boondocking somewhere. But we were all there for the same event, so we were all camped right next to each other. That proximity enabled the use of reasonably long extension cords, and at one point I had 3 neighbors plugged in at the same time. Many of the trailers at this event were running their own ham radios, which require varying amounts of electricity, and there were 4 club ham radio stations that were running continuously, so they had generators going just about the entire time. There were some other kids there, and our girls made fast friends and had a great time exploring a nearby brook. This beautiful brook was quite near to the campsite, within walking distance for our girls for sure. And throughout the time we were there, they went to visit the brook many times. I especially loved how it forks as it meanders through the mountain meadow. One of the elements that I just love about camping is going to unknown locations and finding hidden gems like this that are just beautiful locations that I don't think we would have found otherwise. Yeah! Go, Clara! Oh, that's so pretty, Clara. And we also checked out a boat ramp at Strawberry Reservoir. We did some radio range testing and talked to people on the other side of the United States. CQ Field Day, Kilo 7 Uniform Victor Alpha. CQ Field Day.
CQ Field Day, Kilo 7 Uniform Victor Alpha.
CQ Field Day, Kilo 7 Uniform Victor Alpha.
We also tested our own handheld radios in the area and learned about how to use them better. We've already used them on some of our RV trips to communicate out in the boondocks when there is no cell reception. The club hosted a group potluck dinner where we met lots of new people and had lots of conversations around equipment people use in their trailers. Perhaps in the future, if our schedule works out, we'll attend again and we'll park in a more central location and be able to replace several more generators. Ultimately, my neighbors only pulled a couple hundred watts combined, and until our battery filled up, we were charging at speeds at around 2,500 watts. We're basically at noon and the battery's at 99%. We are currently pulling just over 500 watts, and I've plugged in 2 of my neighbors. And now it's 12:07 and the battery's at 100%. And so that means solar production has dropped from like 2,400 watts down to just barely what is necessary to fulfill the needs of the loads that we have. This is a good example of where the solar panels are completely overkill for the trailer alone, but I designed it to be able to send all excess electricity to our future Cybertruck. Right now, when we're not camping, I charge my Tesla Model S from the trailer. Now that I've been doing that for about a year, I'm working on making a video about how I go about doing it and how well it's been working for us. This is also a good illustration of the extreme variance of solar production. I have another video that I'll put in the card above where I tested the amount of output from the trailer on the shortest day of the year, which was December 21st, 2021. On this trip, we used our mini split all day and all night, keeping the trailer around 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Outside, it got down to around 53 degrees Fahrenheit. After cooking breakfast using the induction cooktop, the battery was down to 48% before it started to charge up for the day and was full by about noon. We all had lots of fun and we're glad we went. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.